Hi, this is Ro with Cloudberry Hollow. Today we're making my dog out of Pom Poms. So come on in and let's get started. Hi everyone. Last week I was pretty sick, but then I had this wonderful idea to make my dog out of Pom Poms. So here I have my dog made out of Pom Poms. Here she is. And she is a Maltese and a Shih Tzu mix. So this is what we're going to do this week. And what you're going to need for this project is some black yarn, some white yarn, a little smidge of red yarn. You will need a 2.5 inch pom pom maker. You will need a 4.5 inch pom pom maker, which is 115 millimeters. You will also need 1 3/4 pom pom maker and a 1 3/8 inch pom pom maker. If you don't have any of these, as always, I will provide templates for pom pom makers on my website. I'll provide updated templates. These are our prototypes that we were trying to engineer out on the website. Those will be provided later this week. As you can see on her tail, I made her little tail out of pom poms. Probably today I'm going to try something different. Let's see if it works. So I have a little acrylic roller, but you can probably use, I would say, a ruler or something flat, and also a pipe cleaner. If you don't have those, don't worry about it. You can use little pom poms as well. Your scissors, 2 eyes, a hot glue gun, which I have over to the side over here that's heating up. For this one, I didn't actually hot glue it because I made her while I was in bed. I tied her ears around, and they're actually tied in here. You can see back here that they're all tied together. So nothing on this dog is hot glued. She's all sewn together or tied together. The only thing hot glued is her eyes. Okay. So let's get started. We're going to start off with her little legs. And here I have 2 pom poms put together. So we're going to start off with her thighs and her nose. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the yellow. And this is 1 3/4. So we need 5 1 3/4 pom poms. So the way these pom pom makers work is you open them up, and we are going to start rolling them. I like fuller pom poms, and I start off in the middle. I don't think it matters where you start off. I like to roll them until they are completely level with these 2 feet right here. And then I close it, and then I just snip with my scissors. And then we repeat on this side. Once you are done, you take your scissors. I like starting on this corner, and you just snip away. I take about 6 inches of yarn. I put it all the way through. And you want to put it around. And you put it so it's all the way through. So these will snap together. And I like to tie around once on one side. You can do a double knot and then tie it really tight on one side. I do tie it once. And then I do the double knot on the other side. You could do this with normal string if you would like, or you can do it with the yarn. Some yarn, if you tie it too tight, it can snap, so you want to be careful on that. Then you take it out. And then you have your pom-pom. These pom-pom makers are great because usually you have a good formed pom-pom. And then what you can do is trim up your pom-pom. I think that's good. I don't think it has to be perfectly tight because I want to see where it's going to go and how it's going to look. So this one will probably go on her front leg. So we want to do 5. And here you can see we now have 5 pom-poms. This is the one that we cut. I left these 4 alone, and I have these longer strings to show you that we can leave the longer strings on if we were to tie them on. Okay, now we're going to do 2 for the little feet right here. And the two that we have here are going to be on the 1 3/8 circle. Same concept. Okay, again, close it, snip it, again on the other side, and then cut. This one I have about 4 inches. All right, there you go, pull that out. And we want to make 2 of these. And here we have 2. Now we're going to look at the main body. In her main body, we're going to do this size, which is 3 3/8. So we're going to pull this apart again. Put you back here. Same concept. Whew, that was a lot. All right, let's go and close that puppy up. Put that down. Okay, let's try this side now. Okay, see how that's level now? Let's close that up. All right, looks pretty hefty. So I'm going to go in here, put my scissors in. We have a beautiful pom-pom. So we have her body now. And now we're going to go look at her head and her ears. And my dog has she has a black stripe on her back. She's actually has a black stripe on her back and she has white on her head. And how we're going to do that is we are going to add some black. But just on one part. So we will do white first. All right. So we have this flat, and we're going to go ahead and close this side up. So on this side, we're going to add some black, and I'm going to add black. This happens to have marks on it, so I'm going to add black from the second mark in. So these middle 3 marks, I'm going to add some black. So here's her black, and then you're going to start with your white. I will just start over the black. I'll do it random. So here, you're going to cut it again. And there we have it. And there's her little stripey do on the back. And there we have her body. Now we're going to move on to her head. We are going to make with this one, which is 2.5 centimeters. And this will be made with the black yarn. And then you have her head. Okay, and that'll go right here. For her ears will be made out of this aqua one as well, which is the 2.5s. And you're going to need 2 of them. And then we will cut them down. So we're going to need 2 more of this shape. Same procedure. Okay, then we're going to do 1 more for the ear. So we have 1 more for the ear. I started cutting it down, forgot to film it, so we'll film for this one. All right, so let's start assembling Shawnee. It's my dog's name. We now have all the major components for Shawnee. We have her body and her back legs. We have her front legs, her front paws, her ears, her head, and her nose. Now we got to figure out this tail. I'm not really sure. I have this really cool idea that I'm going to wrap a tail around here, this acrylic roller, and then I want to hot glue this pipe cleaner on top of it. Now, I've never done this before, and I thought I would try this for this video, and I haven't tested it out. So let's see if this works. If it doesn't, we'll just scrap it. Okay, so she has a black base on her tail. And in this one, I just put the little black base here, and then she has a little wiggly tail. And my dog actually has a curly tail. And I didn't accomplish that with 2 balls. Okay, I just have one of these little guys here. Let's see if this works. All right. It'd help if I put my glasses on. All right. So I'm going to stick it right here on my acrylic roller, and it'll be easy for me to take this tape off later with some alcohol. And I'm going to roll it around. Now my intent is not to ruin my roller, because I use this for claying with my clay sculptures, and I do a lot of houses. Okay, so after spinning through this, I'm looking like that's enough thread or enough yarn. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. Hot glue that. I'm going to cut that down. I saw that this was coming out, so I'm going to take this and hot glue that bad boy down. This is a cool hot glue gun. You don't want to melt your yarn. So I'm going to take, oops, this guy. I think I'm going to hot glue it on here. So let's go, I'm not looking to be perfectionist. Let's go and take your hot glue gun. Put that little guy in there. Put that down. And put this right here. Okay. So we're going to take this, and hopefully this will keep the black thread in. We'll see. I'm not sure how any of this is going to work. And cut it off. When all else fails, get your X-Acto knife. Didn't work how I wanted it to. So we're going to leave that right there. Didn't think about that. That's okay. That's what prototyping is. Well, next time I'll have to think of something else. Like right here, it looks like I had enough glue to glue it down, but over here where I was thicker, it doesn't look like it went all the way through. Something for me to think about for next time. But in the meantime, since it does look like it does need more glue, too bad I didn't have a black one. I think that it would have been great if this was black. But we'll put something down here. And we will cut this right here. Let's add that to this time. All right. I think that'll work. We've kind of got a tail going on here. Since this is the first dog I've done, I think this will work. If we have any experienced crafters out there who've done Pom Poms before, just leave a comment down if you have any ideas. Leave a comment down below to see if you have any ideas on what I could have done differently for the tail. I'd appreciate it. And let's keep going. All right. So my thoughts were to just go ahead and fold her tail over and give it a good twist. Like that. That looks more like her tail. Her tail does curl over and then This looks more like her tail. And then we'll go ahead and give it a little clipping. And now we have all the components of my dog. Now that we have everything, let's start assembling her together. Her face, as you can see, this is a little bit oblong. I'm going to use these strings to tie onto her face and these strings to tie onto her face. I know I'm still going to use the hot glue gun, and then I'll trim it down. So we'll put a little bit of glue on the middle, just right in the middle, right there. And I'm going to go right here. Now I'll take these two strings and I'm going to tie it here to the back. I want to do this because it's going to naturally smush her little face in. She kind of has a little smush face. It's really cute. And then I will trim this really tight back here. I'm not too worried because my dog actually has white in the back. And then here I am going to take this, and I think I will tie it right. This will also give me an indication of where her nose is going to be. We're going to trim down her muzzle a little bit. I just realized I forgot to add her little white patch here. That's easily fixed, and I'll show you how to do that. If you forget to do something like that, you can just wrap it around your fingers. I'm going to do about 7, maybe 8. No, let's do it 10 times. And you can do that about 10 times. You can cut it. You can take your yarn that you just cut and then just tie it around and make a little pom-pom like that. Just cut it. And you can just fold it up. Add hot glue. You know, look where you're going to put it. And just kind of push it in there. Just push it down really deep. You want to make it look like you had it part of that pom-pom. There you go. And now it's part of her head. This is about the time that I'm going to put her body as well. And my dog is actually a really fuzzy dog, so she has long hair. Right now it's about to be 100 degrees where I live, so she has short hair. So this is pretty appropriate for her, but we're going to give her a short haircut. And you can have your dog have a long haircut or a short haircut. So let's try and put glue right here in the middle. I think I'll put it out to the side too. Let's see how that works. So now that we have her body, she's taking on her own personality. We were going to work on her ears. So on this set of ears, I started forming it down, and we want to do the same thing. Look at your pom-pom and see how your pom-pom is working. It looks like it can go down this way, and that's what we're going to do, is kind of move it down this way. This one is going to take a lot of trimming. I'm going to use the string to tie it in, to squeeze it into my dog's ears. So I'm going to kind of trim up her head right here a little bit. So they look a little flat right here, and that's okay. I don't mind that. And I made them so they're a little bit flat. So here she is, and it looks like she has huge ears. Let's go ahead and glue her ears. Let me get rid of that though. Gone. Gone. I am going to take this. It's going to go straight across here. You're not going to notice that it's there, and we're going to tie it on. Trust me, this yarn will get lost in the plethora of yarn that is here. So now it's closer to the ear. Then we're going to go get this ear. Go across where the eyes would go. And get to this ear. Okay. Then I take a look at her ear. I look at this ear. Start to make adjustments. All right. Now, I don't know if there's any official rules to pom-pom making. If there are, let me know. This is like my first pom-pom animal I've ever done, or pom-pom at all. So if you have any advice for me, that would be great. Leave it down below and see if I can take some of that advice and apply it to some more pom-poms. I just found this really enjoyable, really relaxing. Let's see what we could do from there. Okay, looks like this ear is a little bit longer. Let's go and trim that up. I am making a mess with this black pom-pom. You should see my bed when I was doing this in bed. All right, looks good. Okay, so let's work on the front paws. How I did the front paws were twofold. I had the little front paws here, and I had her legs, and I kind of tied them together like this. And the reason why I tied them all together was because I was in bed, and you know, hot glue guns and being in bed don't mix. So I just went ahead and I tied them together. And I think I'm going to just keep it like that. All right. These are basically her front legs. And you can see the definition between her paw and her leg. And we want to just trim that down to make a definite paw and a definite leg. So let's get started on that. And there's one paw. Now if you want to make her paw smaller, you can. If you want to make the front of her paw flatter, you can. I just like making a little groove there. It shows you that she has a little paw. And the bottom flat. So it looks good. Let's do the same for the next. So now we have 2 little paws. Boop, 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 boop. And we're just going to trim her little body down a little bit. I'm going to put both of her legs facing out before I form her little belly. We'll hot glue it about right there. And then we have her first leg. And we'll do the same. I'm going to go ahead and position her leg. And I'm going to position her leg about right here. All right. I don't really do anything for her back legs. I leave her back legs as just 2 little balls, and I will just tie them to her back and glue them as well. And I'll show you what I do. So you kind of want to look where her back paw is going to be. And they'll be about right here. So go ahead and find a spot. And then we're going to put her other leg about right here. So about right there. With her back paws, we're going to cut it, and then we're going to form this down so it looks like she has back paws going downwards. So you're going to cut it up, flatten this out in the back, and then cut it up with your scissors. And roll it over, and then kind of go down with your scissors right here. So it just looks like it's going downwards. If you want to, you could add another ball right here, but I didn't think it was necessary. So it looks like her legs are pointing down. See how that worked? It goes up, and then it goes around and down. And then we'll trim all that down. So, oops. And then it goes on the same with this other side. Now it looks like she has 2 indents right there. Now we can work on trimming up her body. For her mouth, I just use a little piece of yarn, just like we did for her little white area here that I missed. I just put like maybe 2 pieces. I take it out of my fingers. We'll cut that here. That looks cute for a tongue. All right, then we're going to put on the nose stuff here. I'm going to twist it up. I'm going to make a little nose like that. I'm going to put it right where this little nose is right here. We are going to prop his nose up. This is a learning experience. And I'm going to, instead of putting it straight through his body like I usually would with thread, I am going to pull it through the middle of the nose. This is actually a bookbinding needle. Right, and then I am going to put the nose the way I want it, which is going to be a little button nose. And then I'm just going to go around it, so I just tack all the ends in. Pull this up. All right, I think that looks good, and I'll do one final. I'll go straight through the nose here. That looks good, I think. I like it. And then we'll just go ahead and cut it. And let's trim up the tail. All right, I think I like it. And this one I don't think we can sew on, so let's go put a lot of glue here. And the final thing is her eyes. We're now going to add the eyes to the next dog. And they're actually just regular doll eyes that we're adding. So here are the eyes. They're clear, and then they have a black. So here we have them, and you want to kind of place them where you think they look good. I'd say they look good about right there. And after you have them placed, you want to get them all glued in there. There we go. Now our dog's complete. And here we have 2 dogs. I hope you liked our video. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and let us know if you like the video. And if you have any questions, please visit me at www.cloudberry.com or leave comments down there in the comment section. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!